Why are we always fighting the same fight? And yet they're not even trying to hide the fact now that they only view us as a uterus and a womb to carry the next generation of workers for them.
They always find a way to disrespect women because they don't even see women as humans. They see us as an object, as a host body. So now we are being referred to as host bodies. They use us for experiments. Remember that woman that she was brain dead and they allowed the baby to stay in her stomach and they were using her for experiments. She was brain dead. Her family wanted to go and bury her. They did not allow. They said because she was pregnant. She was pregnant before she had the accident. They wanted to see how long the baby is going to stay. They even decided to even bring out the baby from her stomach. They are now referring to us as host bodies. They do not see us as humans. They do not see us as humans. Let me show you this video.
Body. And that host body has to have a certain amount of rights because at the end of the day, it is that body that carries this entire other body to term. The question is, what is the value of that life? And is it subordinate to the value of its host body? And so then one has to think, to what time does the host body have veto power over this other life?
You realize there are a lot of people who will hear you use phrases like host body and say to you, that's a woman, that's a person. Yeah. That's not you're sort of creating a scenario where you're looking at that not so much as a person, but as a host body.
Well, let me tell you something. I have not spent these 21 years of my life making something of myself for you to refer to me as a host. Neither have these other ladies or people with uteruses. Who in the hell are you to make it seem like a hypothetical child is more valuable than a woman who you refer to as a host? It's the way that he's calling women and people with uteruses host, and he's calling this hypothetical unborn child life. That just don't rub me right. Day by day, they blatantly expose that they don't see us as humans and they just rub it in our faces. He didn't even refer to us properly. He thought it was best to refer to us as host. I am not a vessel. I am not a meat sack with bones. I am a human being. It's the fact that it's so blatant. Do I think much is going to change about these people that think like that? Absolutely not. I'm sad to say that I don't think much is going to change, but it's the fact that now there's no need to hide anything. There's no need to hide anything at all. They can say what they want to say, feel how they want to feel, and they take it and they just push it in our faces and just rub it in our faces that we can't do shit about it. But I do want to say this. For my ladies and people with uteruses that agree with men like that, he thinks you're a host. He's not going to identify you for what you actually are. He doesn't even see you as human. You will never be a human in his eyes. You will always be an object. You'll always just be a body to him. So for those of y'all who supported that, who supported the whole abortion ban, who supported all of that, I hope you're happy. And I hate to say this, but I'm gonna. I hope that you're never in a position to need what you fought against, because you ruined it for yourself and everybody else. And let me lastly tell you something. He didn't say we deserve full rights. He said we deserved a certain amount of rights. And if that doesn't piss you off and change your views, I don't know what else to tell you.
Because at the end of the day, it is that body that carries this entire other body to term. The question is, what is the value of that life? And is it subordinate to the value of its host body? And so then one has to think, to what time does the host body have veto power over this other life?
Interesting. So if I'm a host body, then the fetus would be a parasite, and parasites feed off of the host and ultimately destroy the host. Yeah, that sounds like a problem that needs to be taken care of.
Host body has to have a certain amount of rights because at the end of the day, it is that body that carries this entire other body to term. The question is, what is the value of that life? And is it subordinate to the value of its host body? And so then one has to think, to what time does the host body have veto power over this other life?
You realize there are a lot of people who will hear you use phrases like host body and say to you, that's a woman.
Host body? What? are you talking about? That white guy in the clip could not wait to get away from that conversation. He was trying to put so much distance between himself and that guy, it wasn't even funny. So that clip was from 2021, so it's a little old, but it actually rings so true today. I mean, look, I think it was in Georgia where that woman was kept alive as a human incubator, even though she was on life support. I mean, the Republican Party is looking at women as hosts. They are not humans. They do not have rights. Some Republican bigwigs have said, oh, women shouldn't even be seen in public. What are you talking about? Host body? This is the type of shit that we are seeing out of the Republican Party. And it literally is like sci-fi, otherworldly, unbelievable shit. But this is what they are saying, not just in their homes, but on actual television for people to see and listen to. How can you vote and support a party like this, especially as a woman or even as a halfway decent human being?
What do we have to do to be treated like equals? Why are we always fighting the same fight? And yet they're not even trying to hide the fact now that they only view us as a uterus and a womb to carry the next generation of workers for them. This was a state representative in the state of Florida talking about pregnant women.
And it's a complex issue because one has to think, well, there's a host body, and that host body has to have a certain amount of rights because at the end of the day, it is that body that carries this entire other body to term.
I mean, what in the actual F? We have fought this same fight for so long. Our mothers, their mothers, their mothers have been fighting the same fight to just be looked at as a person. And yet we are here in 2025 and they still view us as just a womb and something to be controlled. I mean, men's rights don't differ from state to state. Why do women's rights be dictated by white men who don't even like us?
They're not even calling us women anymore, just host bodies. Watch this.
Because at the end of the day, it is that body that carries this entire other body to term. The question is, what is the value of that life, and is it subordinate to the value of its host body? And so then one has to think, to what time does the host body have veto power over this other life?
This is exactly what they think about us. And if Project 2025 moves forward any more than it already has, that is exactly how they will treat us. Not as people, as vessels. It doesn't just target abortion. It's designed to ban certain birth controls and make IVF illegal. They want to give fertilized eggs full legal rights and call it personhood. And you as the woman, well, you're just the host. And remember Trump's campaign promise where he promised insurance would cover IVF and now he's backtracking on that? It was never the plan to cover IVF because his policy is Project 2025. They're not even hiding it anymore. They're coming for your body, your choices, and your future. And this isn't about politics. This is about whether or not they see women as humans, because you see that they're calling us host bodies. Make sure you share this, spread the word, and just be ready for what's to come.
So words have meaning, we know that, right? And words are used with specific intention. So that's why a lot of women already know this. When a man refers to you as a female and he's not talking about it in a biological sense, you know he's degrading you. It's essentially like insinuating that you're an animal. So now that the Republicans are referring to women and other people that can get pregnant as hosts, they're intentionally dehumanizing them, trying to strip them of rights. And naturally you'll be like, who cares about a host? Who cares about the rights, the feelings of a host? The only thing that matters is the child. And another thing that really pisses me off, since I'm on one, why is it that people who are pro-life only seem to care about a fetus while it is a fetus? The moment it's born, they disappear. Why isn't there more money to subsidize childcare, to help mothers, to help fathers as well? It's just so ironic. And, you know, the reason why it is ironic is it has nothing to do with the child. It has everything to do with controlling women and making sure that they're in a state where they are dependent on a man. Anyway, I better get back to work. I'm supposed to be writing music.
You guys kindly share your thoughts about this video down in the comment section, respectfully as always. I feel like if there's a way that they can take every right from every woman on this earth, they will do it. Because most of them don't see us as human. They don't want us to even have a say. They don't want us to make decisions by ourselves. They just see us as, oh, these are the people. Do you even see us as people? They just say that these are the host body. They're supposed to give us children and reproduce and produce life. Women in some countries are not even allowed to come outside. They're not allowed to go to school, education. They cover their face from head to toe. They are not allowed to speak. They can't even talk. Right? And this law was made by men, and their men can go out and do anything that they want. In fact, as they are covering their head from head to toe, they still get raped, assaulted. They are suffering. It's very dehumanizing to refer women or pregnant women as host bodies. The kind of risk pregnant women go through is life-threatening. Anything can happen to you as a pregnant woman, and somebody now referring to you, or a group of politicians are referring to you as host bodies. They just want to control women, and they just want to control women and see women only for them reproducing. I just feel like that's why they are referring to women as host body, and why some people actually call women as, they refer women as females. They also refer women as females. I feel like most people that do that see us as animals as well. Anyway, you guys, what's your take on this? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, Sugar Mara David, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in my next one.